Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Rude Man. We are back on Eastbridge Hills, and we're going to do a little farming. Now, I did do a little bit of work, not a lot, just a little bit, a couple of things I was dinking around with. I went through with, I've got enough fields now, I'm getting a little bit confused, so I went through this right here, where I took each one of these. Okay, so which of these fields that I own have weeds on them? Okay, so 10 still does. So I need to weed 10. Just finished 6. That's one of the things I did offline, was that. And I fertilized field 7, and you'll see that in a second. So then I went to fertilization. Which ones do I need to do? Well, I need 11, which is just being cleared. If you remember, we had hay on 11, and I'm just finishing picking all that up. 8 needs to be fertilized one more time. 7 did too, and I just did it. Now 7 is just grass, but if you want a better yield, I'm guessing that you need to fertilize it. So, and 5 also needs fertilized. Now the problem is that 8 and 5 are not ready to have that last fertilization. They need another growth stage. So I wasn't able to do those. And then the ones that need plowing, of course, are this one, which I'm not going to plow because it's grass. I guess I could plow it and replant the grass. Might do that. And 11, of course. And I'm going to clear 11 and plow it so that we can use it for crops, because I think I'm getting enough grass off of 7. And then, of course, it's the liming. This one needs limed, and field 1 needs limed. 2's all ready to go for seeding, so we'll do that in a second. But that's what I'm doing, is I'm using this tool over here to catch up on the things that I know I need to have done, rather than run around the field, you know, on foot and trying to remember what it was I saw. So let's jump over to what I had going. This one needs to be seeded. I'm going to seed this one in sugar beets because it's a very small field. I don't want a great big amount of sugar beets. So I'll do that right now. We'll switch this to sugar beets and tell the John Deere to go ahead and get that job done for us. I didn't show you when I showed you the John Deere mod that you can choose the flag. You can choose a Canadian flag or an American flag. I thought that was kind of cool. Or you can choose no flag at all if you want a flag. Now you see what I did there. I started it with just the driver. When you do that, you miss. He skipped right over this front part. That's why I usually manually grab my seeder and start it up myself and run it to this stage, and then hire the worker. I don't know. Ah, what's he doing? Stop. What are you doing? Well, in that case, it didn't work, did it? Let me make sure. Huh. Well, so be it. Let's try this again. I think he thinks he's coming off of the first. Yeah, that's what he did. I should have left it alone. The computer probably knew what it was doing. Alright, let's get on with it. I've got to find my limer. This guy's done, so we'll get him off the field. And then this one. I think I'll do one more grass. Let me just double check what I've got for grass. Now this is hay. This is not grass in the trailer here. But let's see what we've got for grass. Okay, for grass we've got not all that much really. Not all that much. So I've got more hay than I have grass. Isn't that weird? Well, I've been feeding the grass, though, haven't I? Right. And 11's a bigger field, so I'm gonna let this go. We'll do another grass on it. But that's not a priority. So let's get to our limer. This guy just finished fertilizing field 7, so we'll put him away. Herbicide just finished field 6. We'll stop him. Put him away. I might not be able to do field 5. I think I missed it. Is it ready to harvest? Shoot. I think I missed the fertilizing on that one. The second fertilizing. Alright, we're going to get this guy up and do field number 1. Field number 1 is going to be the challenge. If you notice, it's pretty steep, especially up in that corner. This is the field I really had trouble with when I was using the little big bud. He just couldn't do it. I mean, he did, but he was doing like -1 mile an hour. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but you know what I mean. It's very slow. Field number 1, we're going to do the lime course. And let's jump up there and get this guy started. Unfold it. Oh, yeah. See, he's struggling here. All right, so I'm gonna see if it does me any good to do that and drive the course and see what happens. Yeah, he does better than the little big bud. The little big bud was only going like 1 mile an hour. He's at least doing 13, 14. All right, let's continue on. Perfect timing. Stop the driver. Get him folded up here. Then the next field we need to seed, of course, would be number 1 here. And I think I'm just going to do it in wheat or barley, one of the two. I don't think I have either one, really. But that's a big field, so I'm going to take this thing and top it off. In preparation of doing that big field. Top it off with liquid fert. And then we'll run it up here and top it off with good old seeds. And then I've got it set on sugar beets. I don't want to make the mistake of jumping in there and just taking off. So let me move that to wheat. I'm really, really happy with the job these John Deeres do. This John Deere tractor is just a marvelous piece of equipment. It works very well. Alright, moving on. That's minority project. Let's keep moving. Okay. Right, let's see. I need to run around and find out. I don't own this one. I keep thinking I do, but I don't. I should buy it, I guess. But this one, I think I goofed up on cotton. Yeah, it's ready to harvest, and I blew it. I didn't get the second fertilizing done on that. Doggone it. Messed up. Let's go check field number 6. 100% fertilized and no weeds, so we're good to go on 6. We've got soybeans up here. It's got weeds on it, so we need to weed this one. Is it fully full of weeds still? Well, it sure looks like it. So let's grab the herbicide guy. It's still growing. While it's still growing, get that going. See, I think that field 9 looks like it's ready too. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And is it field 10? I believe it is. Probably don't have a course for it yet. I do not, so I'll have to make one. Because it's a new field, I just bought this field, so. All right, here we go. Field 10, 48.5 meters. Current position, one of those Edlands. Field 10 and Fert-Herb. Alright, there it goes. Now, moving on. Cotton. I don't have a cotton harvester, so I'm going to lease one. I'm going to lease this one right here. That should be all we need to do. Let's go grab it at the store, which is right here. And we're going to travel cross country with this guy. Take a shortcut down this way. Looks like the sunflower seeds are ready. I'm getting enough fields now that I'm going to be doing a little bit more methodic way of preparing them, because I'm missing fertilizations and stuff. So what I think I'm going to do is just go a field at a time. I'll do number 1, number 2. I'm going to buy number 3 right now, and then we'll go to 5 and 6, and just kind of do it in a methodical manner so I don't miss out on things that I should be doing. This cotton would have had a better yield had I got a second fertilization on it. So let's crank this thing open here. Line it up. And I think it's going to be okay without a course, so I'm just going to run it. So we're just going to hire a worker. I think it'll be fine. Alright, we'll let that guy go pick his cotton. Cotton picker. He's a cotton picker. Alright, let's get field number 3. I keep thinking it's mine anyway. Might as well buy it. And then let's run up and see what's on it. I think we've got a combine right there. Got a combine right here. Okay, it is barley. Barley. And it's ready to harvest, but it only had 1 fertilization. So the yield's not going to be as great. That's the only problem. Oh, this thing's got wheat in it. Darn it, I need to get a truck up here. Alright, I've turned all the sounds down. I had some subscribers tell me the sounds were too loud. And I've turned everything down. So if it's down too low, then let me know that too. If it's down too low. Yeah, with the new game, if you're close, you can hear it. If you back up, it goes way down. And I don't know. I guess that's good. I think they have fixed it from the first day. It seemed like the first day it was too extreme, and I think they patched that. Not sure. It just seems to me like they did. But even so, I think that it's still a little bit severe as to the sound drop off. Still seems to be a little bit more than it needed to be. A little bit less control from the player is what it is. I think the player needs more control over that. My opinion. Not a game breaker or anything like that. Not a complaint, really. Just pointing it out. Alright, so we'll get the combine going. And then we'll set the trailer up. You can't get in the combine from this side. I'm pushing buttons like crazy. You have to go to the other side. Isn't that weird? I mean, I understand that because that's where the door and the ladder's at, but it seems kind of funny. Alright, so I can get in. Let me in! I got work to be had. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do a horseplay route because there are trees on either side. So I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so field number 3, harvest. 13.5 meters. We're going to start right here. We're going to do a headland. Generate the course. Field 3 harvest. And then while we're doing that, let's make a folder. Field 3. Is it getting dark on me? Wow. I tell you, in this game, when it gets dark, it's just like I've said before, like a light switch flips. I mean, it's just, it doesn't gradually go. It just goes. Okay, this is barley. There's the windrow. Okay, we got windrow. Alright, there he goes. Cotton's going. I can't remember. I needed to do oats for the horses, and I think I forgot. So we got barley there. I tell you what, when this is done, if I haven't done oats yet, I'll do this in oats. But we got cotton there. We got canola here. Soybeans there. I don't think I did. Sunflower seeds. Yeah, I don't think I did. 8 is potatoes, and it needs fertilized, but I can't fertilize it until it pops up a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I did oats. Doggone it. Because the other one up there is sugar beets, and this is going to be, this one's going to be, what did I say? I was going to do this in wheat. You know what I could do? I could do a little bit, not do this whole thing in wheat. I don't know if you've noticed, but I think it must be some equipment, because some equipment will stop when it's empty with course play, and some of it doesn't. Like this one did not. He just kept running even though he was empty. You know what I could do though, since I haven't done this one yet? Is I could do the bottom half of the field in oats and the rest in wheat. Thinking about it. Or field 3 is going to be, you know, lickety split, done harvesting. Maybe I'll just do 3 in oats. Cotton's going to be a while. But you notice I haven't popped the bale out yet. Oh yeah, I did. I popped the bale out already, but that's a lot of cotton. So I'm not getting the yield I would have got had I fertilized. Alright. I'm going to be working into the night here, it looks like. Again, this is a farm that I don't have a house to sleep in. I could actually put one up if I wanted to. Someplace. There is a mod, I think, for a single wide trailer you could pop down. Can't remember who was using it. Somebody was telling me they were using it. Alright, now, if you remember, I told you this was not a priority, but now I'm thinking it might be, so I'm going to need this to pick up the straw, so I got to empty this hay. So I'm going to run this thing back, and then I need to fertilize that grass field there. There went. Somebody flipped the switch. Getting dark on me. Now, when I'm playing just for fun, I'll work through the night. Yeah, there's certain parts of the night where it just gets pitch black. But if I'm just playing on my own, I'll go ahead and work through the night. Put the headlights on, take around with the farm, you know what I mean? But when I'm recording, it's difficult because it's easier for me to see, but you miss out on a lot because the recording isn't as bright as the game itself, so it gets where you can't see what I'm doing. So I don't usually like to work at night when I'm recording. Oh, where am I going? I need to go to that other field. Okay, I got stuff to do here too, so bear with me before I speed it on to daytime. Now, I'm pretty sure, since I don't have a house that I'm aware of, I haven't seen one yet, for me to speed time up and have everything still growing, I have to just turn it up to 120 time. I do have a mod that allows me to speed time up. There's good and bad in it. In this case, it's good because I don't want my crops to grow overnight. And I think that the mod lets me do that I can speed time up, but nothing actually grows. Where the old mod, that wasn't the case. Right? So I think I can speed time up and it doesn't do anything. I can test that right here with the potatoes. If I speed time up but the potatoes don't grow, and I may be mistaken, but I don't think so. Okay. See, at first that upset me, but then I got to thinking about it. If I want the crops to grow, all I have to do is speed time up from 1, up in the right-hand corner, from 1 to 120, and it works pretty good. Where's my limer? There. Get him back to work. I think that's funny that one pipe blows black smoke and one blows white smoke. What's that all about? Is it half the engine is blowing oil or something? Pretty funny. All right, while I'm up here, I'm going to catch these places here. I might as well catch this because it's going to miss it anyway. Yeah, I changed my mind. By the time I get this seeded, field 3 will be ready to seed, and I'll just do oats on field 3. Look at that. I'm spinning out. Let me put... Whoops. I turned it off. Now, let's see where I left off. Where did I run out of lime? You know, liming's kind of a pain in the butt. but it's not that bad. So I leave the lime on. You can turn that off if you don't want a lime. You don't have to. Just like you can turn off the plowing if you don't want to take the time to plow. I don't think it's right. I think you had ought to be, plow. It's okay to do crop, rotation and stuff, but eventually. Oh, that's odd. Well. What does this look like? Okay. It must have run out right at the top. Alright, let me clean this one up right here. And then I'll go back up to the top. Alright, so this is probably where it ended, right at the top, and I didn't know it. I thought it finished this line. Anyway, the lime isn't every harvest, and that's why I leave it on. The same reason I leave the plowing on. You need to replenish stuff. Whatever the lime puts in there, it needs. That's my theory. And it is good to do a plowing occasionally and get all of that junk back into the ground, plow it under, and nourish the soil. My opinion. That's why I do it. Moving on. Let's get this guy. Got to stop the driver. I got to get this straw picked up here. It's probably easier to take the combine down to the truck instead of bringing the truck up here, then having to move the combine, all that kind of junk. So, while he's getting emptied out, I'll take that straw picker upper and get this straw off the field so I can seed it. Well, I got to plow it, all that kind of good stuff. So, get the straw off of it. Okay, so let's put a course on here. Field number 3 needs to pop up into field number 3. Field number 10 into 10. So we're going to grab that right there. I'm not going to leave it on there, but we'll put it on so that I can see where the marker's at. So there's the marker right there. Let's kind of grab this, turn that off. We're gonna do one of those right there. Start the course recording, and off we go back to the farm. Bypassing this equipment, going to the road. Got a little bit of fog this morning, I see. I think it's foggy almost every morning, just for an hour or two. chickens. Well, it's actually more like bark. I went the wrong way. I'm trying to always go through the same way, and I didn't do it. And I still didn't do it right. I didn't go back far enough. Alright, we'll start right about. Yeah. And go this way. Those cows aren't starving. Stopping, mobbing. Yeah, I've got all the equipment coming in from the back side of the silo here. And so I always try to make sure I do the same thing with all the routes, so that if for some reason I do have this guy picking up straw and somebody else bringing in grain, they don't get hit on. If they're both coming in the same way, hopefully they'll, you know, kind of stack up behind each other instead of trying to come head on at each other. I don't know in the long run if it's going to make any difference, but I do it that way just because. Somebody's getting paid. Payday for somebody, wasn't me. I don't get any wages, but I get to eat and live, so there you go. Alrighty. Let's give a save here. Field number 3. Field 3. Straw to silo. I keep mixing that up. Sometimes I say straw to silo. Sometimes I say straw to farm, or grass to silo, or grain to silo. I guess I should be consistent, but I don't know if it makes that much difference. Alright, so here we're going to do a harvest there, and we're going to do a grain to straw to whatcha-dinger, and then let's get it started. That's a pretty thin windrow there. There he goes. Alright, now let's see. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Let's put this guy away. I think he's pretty much done. I don't think anything else needed weeding right at the moment. The potatoes probably will. It looks like we're at the top end of field 10. So let's just get this guy off the field for now. 9 is ready for harvest. I need to get a combine up there, which means I need to get a combine with a corn header on it. Get this guy up to the potato field. It's going to need fertilizing. I know that. Little detail you may not notice when you're driving around, but did you notice how the engine on this piece of equipment went down, like it was being bogged down a little bit when I was in the field? But when I'm on the road, it goes. Yeah, I gotta finish this off. Stop the driver. Here's the course. Finish this little tab right here. Then he's limed and ready to go to the next field. Alright, we're going to get field 3 prepared for the oats as soon as the straw comes off. So it's going to need lime, pretty sure. It's going to need plowing, pretty sure. And so we might as well haul this guy over there in preparation of that. In preparation H of that. I mentioned that the other day. We're talking about progression and things improving. You know, like phones started out to be, you know, huge and humongous, and then went down to a teeny tiny, and so things progress. I kind of mentioned, isn't it funny that after all the years we still use preparation H? Wouldn't you think we'd be up to like I, J, or K by now? It seemed to be funny at the time, but all right, that one's got a corn header on it, so let's get him. This one's brand spanking new. We've yet to use this combine, but he's already got a corn header on it, so let's get him going. Then I have to find my other corn header. I don't know where I dropped it. I think I dropped it over by the pig pens, but I can't remember. Why I did that, I don't know. I must have had the combine back by the pig pen for some reason and just dropped the header there. Silly me. At least if I drop it like right here, I'll know it's there because I can see it. So I'm going to drop it right there. And then let's open this thing up. And then we'll open the header up. And then, I don't know if I have a course set up for corn on field 9. Probably not. I don't, so I'm going to do it from the bottom side here. If I can get combine moving. Okay, let's do it, do it. We got field number 9. Starting location. I'm going to do 2 headlands because it's only a 12-foot header. Alright, now I'm going to call it corn because it's corn header. And that'll work. So we're going to do field 9. Corn harvest. Even though it's not corn, it is a corn header. And you even notice when I said I needed a header, I said I needed a corn header. Alright, this is a big field, so I'm going to put both combines on it, but let me get a second here and I'll run over and find that other combine, which is right there. Let's jump and grab. What was that hissing? There's snakes out here in the tall grass? If there is, I don't like that. How's that guy doing? He's almost ready to lick that field and he hasn't even emptied yet, but he's getting close. I don't think he's going to make it. So I'm going to run this thing back to the farm and find that corn header. And, which reminds me, before I do that, I need to drop this. But I'm going to call it an episode here. I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you back on the farm in the next episode. In the meantime, happy farming.